Well, welcome everyone. My name is Megan Wilcox, and I am a sales manager with Virgin Voyages, representing some incredible travel advisors out here on the West Coast. I am based out in California, and I cannot wait for Virgin to come to the West Coast, which we will be doing in 2026. But tonight we are going to focus on our Mediterranean voyages for summer of 2025. I actually just got back from a 9-night itinerary in the Med, and it was absolutely incredible on board our our beautiful, resilient lady. So to start things off, I always like to highlight that we are an award-winning cruise line. Though we may be the new kids on the block in terms of the cruising industry, we are making a splash. And so pretty much every consumer-nominated award we've been nominated for, we have won, which is amazing. We're the first brand ever to sweep the Cruise Critic Cruisers' Choice Awards. We've won multiple awards with Condé Nast Traveler, and we're just a really incredible cruise line, and we're doing things differently in the industry. So hopefully that is music to your ears, especially if you are someone who has been cruising a lot and know what you like and what you don't like. You can definitely expect some different experiences from Virgin, but ultimately we want to give you a top-notch and incredible and unique experience when you're sailing on board any of our beautiful lady ships. When it comes to those points of differentiation, we have some things that really do make us a little bit more unique than others in the marketplace. First and foremost, we are going to be adults only. So if you're someone who does not want to travel with children, whether that be your own or others, or you just need a little bit of an escape from your kids, you can definitely do that at Virgin Voyages. We are going to be 18 and up, and that is a true 18 and up to book and sail, which is great. So you can really kind of let your hair down a little bit, kind of ditch some of that responsibility, and ultimately just have a really incredible time when you're voyaging with us. We'll talk a little bit more about kind of who is actually sailing with us in just a few slides, but we are going to be adults only, which I think is just an amazing concept, especially in this marketplace. We're also going to have incredible food and beverage on board. We really put a lot of thought and effort into our culinary program, and we really wanted to make sure that you have an incredible experience from the moment you step foot on the ship until the moment that you leave. We'll do a whole deep dive on the incredible food options in just a few moments, but we do like to kind of tout our incredible food that you get to experience when you're sailing with Virgin. We're also going to be a really inclusive line. We really want to have sailors step on board our ships and have them feel really comfortable in your own skin. You're going to see a really diverse amount of sailors on board, people coming from all different walks of life, or ethnicities, orientations, all of that. We really want to celebrate difference and really give people an opportunity to feel good in their own skin and really be able to show up as authentically themselves. One of my favorite things about Virgin is people really do feel incredible when they sail with us. I can honestly say that I experience far less body insecurity when I'm sailing on board our ships, and that is something that I've heard from so many other people because nobody cares. They're just there to have a really good time, and they really want to feel good in the skin that they're in. We also have amazing crew service. Our crew have worked for a number of other cruise lines in the marketplace, and they choose to work with us time and time again because of the experience that we give them as an employee on the back end side, where we're really able to fill up their cup, and then they get to then pour out to you, our sailors, when you're sailing with us. They are fun, they are funny, they love to chat, and they love to make sure that you're having an incredible time on board our ships. And honestly, our crew really do rotate ship to ship oftentimes, especially when we have a new ship coming on board. So you're really likely to see people that you've seen on other voyages when you continue to sail with us, which is great. And then last but certainly not least, our beautiful yacht-inspired design. We decided to kind of break from the norm of traditional cruise ships, and we wanted to create ships that had a little bit more of a more intimate feeling. So even though our ships can really accommodate just under 2,800 passengers, it really never ever feels quite that full because we did away with those large auditorium-style spaces. We wanted you to have these kind of little nooks and crannies that you can kind of tuck into and feel like you're getting away from the fray and really just have a good time. They're also a little bit skinnier and a little bit, I would say, taller than other ships in the market, but they're absolutely beautiful, really modern design. They're all new builds, and they've got their own kind of unique flair and style, which is kind of great. We like to kind of embody kind of more of a glamorous kind of vibe on board. However, don't let that fool you. We have no dress codes on board. We want to make sure that you can ditch some of that stuffiness and again, really show up as authentically yourself. But again, we took a lot of care and concern when it came to the design of the ships. And we crafted these really beautiful spaces. This right here is SIP. It's actually one of my personal favorite spots on board. It's our champagne lounge. It is what my background is actually of today. This is a great place to go for an amazing espresso martini, a glass of bubbles, and honestly, to just kind of spend some time with whoever you're traveling with, or just spend some time alone if you want. But Virgin really wanted to kind of incorporate style into all of our different spaces so that you have a really beautiful and aesthetic experience when you're sailing with us. We also wanted to make sure that our sailors aren't going to be nickel and dimed. We have our always included luxury concept, which with Virgin Voyages means you get great value for the money that you're spending on your voyage fare. If there's three things that you remember about Virgin Voyages, the first thing I want you to remember is going to be our adults only concept. The second thing I want you to remember is going to be our incredible food and dining. And then the third thing I want you to remember is going to be our incredible value. So whereas other cruise lines will say, hey, this is your voyage fare, but then we're going to charge you extra for tips. We're going to charge you extra for Wi-Fi. We're going to charge you extra for shows, et cetera, et cetera. If you want to eat in a specialty dining restaurant, you have to pay an arm and a leg for that. At Virgin, we said, no, let's get rid of that. Let's give our sailors an incredible experience from the get-go and really kind of eliminate some of those different things that really kind of are a pain point when we're traveling. So your voyage fare is going to be inclusive of all food, including dining at our 6 specialty restaurants amidst the over 20 different eateries that we have on board. It's also going to include all tips and gratuities as well. Your basic Wi-Fi is going to be included. Group fitness classes will be included, shows and entertainment, and then essential drinks as well. So with Virgin Voyages, that's going to be still and sparkling water, drip coffee, tea, non-pressed juices, and sodas. You don't have to have a separate drink package just to have water or sodas or coffee, things like that, which is really, really great. I'm someone who loves to stay hydrated when I'm on board any kind of ship, honestly, any day, every day of my life. And so the fact that we will provide you in stateroom carafes of water, we have different refill stations throughout the ship, which means you're not going to have to go on a scavenger hunt to find water at the end of a long day of relaxing and having a good time, which I think is really, really amazing. You may notice, though, that I haven't really talked about alcohol, but that's because we don't really have typical drink packages either. At Virgin Voyages, we really wanted to give our sailors a lot more flexibility when it came to how they wanted to spend their dollar, and again, really kind of make it go further and also really accommodate different traveling companions. So our response to your traditional drink package is going to be bar tab. Bar tab essentially is going to be pay by the drink. That's kind of how it is at Virgin Voyages. You can either pay by the drink with your card on file, with your bar tab, or traditional onboard credit, which we call Sailor Loop. The reason why you would want to purchase bar tab is because it's done on a per sailor basis. So for those of you who have cruised a lot of times and you have that one traveling companion, maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's your best friend, maybe it's your parent or sibling, something like that. And you know that if you decide to have a drink package, if there is someone staying in your cabin with you, they also have to have the same drink package. And so Virgin said, let's not do that. Let's give our sailors more flexibility. And so bar tab is going to be done on a per sailor basis. It is not done per cabin, which is great. However, the best thing about it is you can both say there's 2 of you in a cabin, you can both purchase it. One of you can purchase it. Neither of you have to. If one of you or both of you do end up purchasing it, great thing is you can actually use it to buy drinks for the person you're traveling with, the new friends you meet on board, or honestly, whomever. If you just are like, I have so much bar tab, I need to get rid of it, people will never turn it down a free drink. And the other great thing about bar tab is that we're going to give you a little bit of extra spending power. So when you purchase a $200 level, we're going to give you extra $25, that $500 level, an extra $100. And if you purchase the $1,000 bar tab, we'll give you an extra $250. So really making your dollar go further, which is really, really great. And the best thing about it is we are not price gouging either, which is amazing. I'm based out in Southern California, and I will often spend anywhere from $16 to $24 on a cocktail, not including taxes and tip. And at Virgin Voyages, for a cocktail, you're really going to range anywhere from about $9, $10 up to maybe 13, 14, 15, depending on if it's going to be more specialty of a cocktail. For example, my espresso martinis on average do run about $15. But the great thing about that taxes is already included and tip is already included. So the price that you see is the price that you're going to pay. Your beer's going to start around $6, $7, maybe go a little bit higher if you're looking for a craft brew. And then 42% of our wines are under $10 a glass, which is fantastic. I like showing that video because I think it does a good job of showcasing some of the spaces on board, as well as showing you the different types of beverages that your bar tab can actually be used to purchase. Any specialty beverage that you would want to order, your bar tab can be used to pay for. Like I said, all of our drinks are going to be by the drink though. So if you don't want to purchase a bar tab, that's not a problem. It'll just get charged to your card on file. So again, doing things a little bit differently there. When it comes to who is sailing with us, our sweet spot's going to really be that mid-30s to mid-60s demographic. Now, you'll see people on either end of that spectrum in their 20s. Sometimes you'll see an 18, 19-year-old, and sometimes you'll see maybe an 80, 85-year-old on board. It really does run the gamut. Our average sailor is going to be in their late 40s, early 50s. Best thing about Virgin is people just want to relax and have a really good time, but they don't want to sacrifice style. Our sailors are really open-minded. They're a little bit more sophisticated. They love kind of a more casual setting, but also something that has a little bit of cheekiness, maybe, and a little bit of personality. We're a really great cruise line for those who have been in the market and cruising a long time, want to try something different, but we're also really great for those first-time cruisers because we do things a little bit differently. I think our just kind of the ethos of kind of how we have our crew is just different. You're going to have just really nice little touches that you may not necessarily think about, such as no overhead announcements, no art auctions, nobody trying to hound you to get your photo taken, all different kinds of things like that, where we just kind of really put a lot of intentionality into the experience because we know that's what our sailors are looking for. And they tell us that they're actually looking for that. And they've had a really good experience with that when they're sailing with us as well. We like to kind of classify our sailors into one of about 4 different archetypes. That it tends to kind of be something that sailors really gravitate towards, or maybe they find that they're kind of a mix of a few of these different ones. Starting off with our foodies, like I mentioned before, food is a very big part of the Virgin Voyages experience. We took a lot of care and thought when it came to, cultivating our menus. We worked with Michelin-starred chefs to really make sure that we are giving you something different and unique, and also making it included in your voyage fare, which is great. We have 6 specialty restaurants on board, which are already going to be included in your voyage fare. There is no additional charge to dine at any of these specialty restaurants. We have no main dining room and no buffets on board Virgin, which is also a nice little touch. So the first 3 of our 6 are going to be Gun Bay, which is our Korean barbecue restaurant on board. It's really innovative. The menu's amazing. It's one of my personal favorites just because of how lively it can be. You are going to be seated similarly to how you would at like a hibachi restaurant, for example, where you could be sat with other sailors who are not necessarily in your party if you have a smaller party. It's a great spot for group dining. We also have Extra Virgin, which is one of my personal faves as well. Honestly, I love all of the restaurants on board. Extra Virgin was probably my first favorite when I started working for the company and when I first set sail. It is our upscale Italian restaurant. One of the best Aperol spritzes on board. You can start the meal with a beautiful charcuterie board, and then you have some great mains, great starters. They do a fantastic carbonara, bucatini, really great pastas. They do an oxtail pasta as well. Our pastas are fresh made throughout the voyage, which I think just adds that extra little touch. And then you end the meal with a tableside affogato dessert cart, which is kind of fun. We also have Pink Agave, which is our elevated Mexican restaurant. It is also award-winning for specialty dining. This really kind of embodies some of the flair of the street food scene in Mexico City, but with a little bit of a twist. Pink Agave has one of the best steaks on board any of our specialty restaurants. It's absolutely amazing. The guacamole has a little bit of a twist. They do a great classic margarita. They have a bunch of different tequila options, really ranging, including a lot of different mezcal options as well. But again, you cannot miss with pink agave. Test Kitchen is going to be for those of you who are a little bit more adventurous or are those self-proclaimed foodies. It really kind of embodies that very innovative Michelin star restaurant type of experience, where each plate and each course is going to be very immersive and experiential. It is a 6-course tasting menu where you know one ingredient of each of those 6 courses. The menu does rotate throughout the voyage, so you can always kind of experience something a little bit newer. You can also do a beer, wine, or cocktail pairing. However, let me forewarn you, I did the wine pairing when I was on board a couple of weeks ago, the wine pairing, and it really hit me in the face. So you need to be prepared to drink the wine at Test Kitchen, but it's absolutely an incredible experience. The food is absolutely amazing. Again, for those of you who are a little bit more adventurous or kind of have a little bit more bougie taste, Test Kitchen is going to really be a great option for you. For those of you that may consider yourself more of a plain eater, you like chicken nuggets and mac and cheese, don't worry, we love that for you. Test Kitchen is not going to be the restaurant for you, but we have other options. Razzle Dazzle is going to be our more veggie forward restaurant. They do some really fun and innovative cocktails at Razzle Dazzle. The decor is beautiful. Again, we also have community style table seating here as well. But for those of you who are plant-based, vegan, or vegetarian, really good option. Lots of really great fresh options as well. They do a fantastic ceviche if you're someone who eats fish that I absolutely love. They have a great green goddess salad, but they also have a naughty menu. So for those of you who are carnivores and you can't sacrifice that meat, don't worry. We have our naughty menu where you can get things like fried chicken, Richard's burger, different things like that at Razzle. And then last but certainly not least, we have the Wake, which is our steak and seafood restaurant on board. The starters are incredible. The sides are amazing. They do a fantastic filet and they do really great fish options as well. The decor in the Wake is going to be a little bit more glam, kind of more Art Deco themed. So if you're looking for a place to maybe have a night where you dress up and go have a fantastic dinner, the Wake is going to be a really, really great option for that. I dream about their desserts because of how delicious they are. Also a really great wine menu at the Wake. And honestly, you cannot go wrong with any of our specialty dining restaurants. Now, that's not all we have for you. If you're someone who, you're like, oh, specialty dining, not really my thing, don't worry, we have you covered. We've got a number of other eateries that are a little bit more casual in nature for you to choose from. We've got the Dock and the Dock House, which is great for kind of that afternoon, kind of happy hour type fare, a little bit of a light bite. The Dock is one of my personal favorite spaces on the ship as well. It's located at the aft of the ship, and it's beautiful to sit out there as you pull away from port, particularly if it's kind of in the late afternoon and the sun is still out, and you just have beautiful views. And then you can enjoy some great drinks and then also some great appetizers as well. They do some great skewers. They also have Opa Hour, which will give you some additional options, very Mediterranean in its kind of style for the food and just kind of the overall vibe. The pizza place is a crowd favorite. It is open from 12 p.m. until 2 o'clock in the morning. And let me tell you, it is popping from that midnight to 2 a.m. hour. People getting in that late night nosh or maybe staving off that potential hangover that may set in the next day. It is fresh wood-fired pizzas made to order. We have a static menu, but you can also customize it and kind of add your own flair. We also feature a daily special as well, but it's truly here today, gone tomorrow. So if it looks appetizing, make sure you get it. The Sun Club Cafe, I think, is one of our more underrated spots on board. It's kind of tucked away, but as you can see by that photo, really beautiful views from the Sun Club Cafe. This is a great spot again for that afternoon, that lighter lunch fare. They do great poke bowls that have a little bit of a kick if you want some spice. They also do some really great bao buns there as well. The Social Club is going to be our kind of diner style spot where you can get some sweet treats, salty bites, and boozy milkshakes. Lots of great things to be had there, and also a really great spot to meet other people, if that's what your vibe is. And if you don't want to meet other people, that's totally fine. Just go get a little sweet treat and then carry on with your day. The Grounds Club is our onboard coffee shop. You can also get some great pastries there. We partner with Intelligentsia Coffee for our onboard grounds, which is one of my personal favorite coffee shops in general. I fell in love with it when I was living down in Pasadena, and so I was very excited when I stepped foot on our ship the first time to see that we partner with them. So you're going to get a great cup of joe, get some great great pastries, and have some fun, unique coffee options at the Grounds Club. And then we wouldn't be Virgin Voyages and the brainchild of Sir Richard Branson if we didn't have something cheeky in store for you. And that really is evident in our onboard ice cream shop. It is called Lick Me Till I Scream, where we feature fresh made ice creams throughout the voyage. There's always going to be a sugar-free option, always going to be a dairy-free option. And then we will also feature a gluten-free cone as well for those sailors who have any kind of dietary restrictions or different things like that. But the flavors are amazing. And again, just a little bit cheeky and just a little bit fun with the nod to the name of it. We also have the galley, which is going to be the most akin to a casual buffet on board other ships. However, it is not a buffet. It pretty much functions as a food hall where we have different kind of pop-up restaurants here. So you can see their Diner and Dash, where you can get some great diner options, whether that be something in the late night or a nice great breakfast. They do a good breakfast option every single morning. Bento Baby's going to be our sushi spot on board. I don't know what it is about those sushi rolls, but I love it, and I'm a sushi snob, so that means something in my opinion. We've also got a ramen spot, a taco spot, paninis, a salad bar, different things like that. But the galley is also going to be great for those more casual times of day. It's a great lunch option as well. And then we also feature takeaway options if you want to take a nice little snack or some treats back to your cabin. All of our cabins do feature an in-room mini fridge as well. We'll watch a quick little video about the food options. I know it's about dinner time for those of you out here on the West Coast, so hopefully that got your tummies rumbling. But fantastic food on board, and hopefully that really showcased some of the different spaces as well. One of the things I love about Virgin is that it is very aesthetic. So if you want to get those great photos to make your friends and family jealous, you definitely can when you sail with us. We're also going to be a really great option for those of you who really want to kind of embody balance and really like to kind of have a more holistic or more wellness-focused lifestyle. We recently won an award for Best Onboard Wellness Program, which is like really, really exciting. We've got some really great spaces. And again, another quick little video. So as you can see, a variety of different fitness classes that we provide on board. The Redemption Spa has a lot of different places for you to relax. If you want to get a massage, a facial, you can do so. You can take advantage of the thermal suite, where we do offer a day pass on port days and sea days, or you can get a whole voyage pass as well. So lots of different ways for you to really embody balance and really kind of get your sweat on and really just relax, depending on what it is that wellness looks like to you. Now, for those of you who are the self-identified and self-proclaimed lives of the party, or you love to just seek out entertainment options and really like to meet other sailors and really have a good time and just vibe on board, we have a lot of options for you. We have a lot of different ways that you can take advantage of the different entertainment options on the ship, whether that be a big show. Some of our hallmarks are going to be dual reality, which is going to be Cirque du Soleil meets West Side Story. So a modern retelling of Romeo and Juliet. It is high flying and very innovative and very fun. We also have Persephone, which is a innovative retelling of the Hades and Persephone story. We have some different dinner shows across our fleet, just all kinds of different entertainment options from the show perspective. And one of the great things about shows and entertainment at Virgin Voyages is we really want to kind of break the fourth wall in some kind of way, shape, or form. Our whole goal is to really get the audience and invite them into the performance, whether that be a narrator talking directly to the audience and again, physically breaking that fourth wall, or having sailors get up on their feet and kind of be part of the show experience themselves. Lots of different ways for you to kind of experience the different, innovative, and unique and original to Virgin Voyages shows. We also have other ways for you to fill your time, whether that be through our small Las Vegas style casino on board. It is complete with table games as well as slot machines. Or if you really want to embrace your inner child and play in the arcade, you definitely can do that. Great thing about that is you can leave your quarters at home. It is complimentary for all of our sailors to use and enjoy. And the best part is you don't have to wait, for an 8-year-old to be done playing Street Fighter for like 3 or 4 hours. You get to just go play it, which is a lot of fun. We also have the groupie, which is one of our, it's our series of private karaoke rooms on board. We also do more corporate karaoke as well with some of our performers, which we call the Happenings cast. And then the social club, again, great opportunity to meet other sailors. We've got board games, card games. If there is a big game happening, like say it's the Super Bowl or we're in football season right now, and you're sailing on a Sunday or even on a Thursday, chances are we've got the games showcased there. I definitely know that we are showcasing the World Series there as well. So lots of different ways for you to spend your time. We have some big Hallmark events that I don't want you to miss. First is going to be the pajama party, which happens on night 1 of every single voyage. It's always fun to see how people kind of interpret that. During the holiday time, we will do an ugly Christmas sweater themed pajama party. So we're always trying to keep it fresh and fun for our sailors. But the big event of every single voyage is going to be Scarlet Night. It's where we encourage all of our sailors to don their splash of red and really just immerse themselves in the mythos and the lore of the goddess of the sea and the sailor who won her heart and her love. It's very amazing. It's very different, very innovative, and very immersive as well. There's a show that starts at 9 p.m. There's different activations that happen, and then it culminates in a big show and dance party out at the Aquatic Club where you may see people jump in the pool and start dancing. So it's just an absolutely incredible night. The energy is palpable, and it is truly nothing like I've ever experienced. And it's one of my favorite things about Virgin Voyages is that we have this whole thing and we really want to invite you into that. And plus you get to wear something red and fabulous, which is always great. I love that video because I think it does a really great job showcasing the different entertainment options again, and just also with real sailors as well. So as you can see, it really does run the gamut of how you can spend your time and how you can have an incredible voyage when you're sailing with Virgin Voyages. So we've got 4 ships in our fleet. 3 are currently at sea. Our Scarlet, Valiant, and Resilient ladies are currently in the water. Resilient Lady is actually making her way from Europe to Miami, and we're about to have all 3 ships in the Caribbean, which is very exciting. All of our ships are sister ships. They can accommodate just under 2,800 passengers, like I was mentioning before. What's really going to vary is going to be the decor as well as the entertainment options. We all know variety is the spice of life, and so we want to make sure that we're giving you different things to experience across the entire fleet. Brilliant Lady is going to be launching in September of next year. We are very excited about that. She has been long awaited, and she will actually be making her way to the West Coast in 2026. We'll be doing some voyages out of Los Angeles, and then we're also going to head up to Seattle for an amazing Alaska season before we reposition her. So we've got a lot of opportunity to sail with Virgin in a lot of amazing different places around the world. When it comes to our adventure lovers, this is our 4th and final sailor category. We want you to experience our incredible ports of call. We're sailing to some amazing destinations. We're doing some really original and unique things in these various ports. And so we want you to experience adventure, whether that is trying a new dish at a restaurant, or whether that is ATVing in the Dominican Republic, or doing some really intense and really sometimes scary to other sailors types of excursions, or having those types of experiences. And so with Virgin, we want to make sure that you're having a lot of different options for our shore excursions. And again, that you're also getting to experience some amazing ports of call around the world. Now, this webinar is highlighting our incredible long Mediterranean itineraries for summer of 2025. So we want to talk about those just a little bit. Starting off, we have our 8-night Barcelona to France, Italy, and Greece. I did a version of this itinerary, not quite this one, a couple of weeks ago, but this one is great. You're starting in one of my all-time favorite cities around the world, Barcelona, going into Cannes, and then hitting up Rome with a late night stay, which is great. So you can stay in these ports a little bit longer than maybe some of our counterparts, which is especially important in Santorini, if you ask me. Then we're also going into Malta, and then also going into Mykonos as well. So really great itinerary here. Great opportunity to check some countries and to check some places off of your list. Then we have our 11-night Istanbul, Santorini, and more. This one is going to be round trip Athens. You are going to do an overnight in Istanbul. So I think that's a really incredible opportunity there. You're going to do a late night stay in Ephesus. You're going to go into Mykonos, Rhodes, Santorini, and you're doing a late night stay in Santorini. Now, if any of you have ever done Santorini via an ocean cruise ship, you know why I'm talking about needing to have a late night stay in Santorini. There is a lot of popularity, especially during the summer months in Santorini, and it does mean that the crowds are a little bit more intense and could potentially impact your ability to get back down the cliff face via the cable car. So the fact that we're going to be doing a late night stay means you get to stay in that port a little bit longer and really kind of avoid the rush, which is nice. Then you're also going to go into Crete before coming back to Athens. So if you're someone who wants to experience the Greek Isles and go to these different places, this is a really great opportunity to do that. Look at how many of them you are hitting. So really, really good option there. And then we have brought back our incredibly popular Starry Nights in Greece and Croatia. This, I think, is one of the itineraries I particularly want to experience because I want to go into Croatia so bad. I'm a big Bravo fan, and I love Below Deck, particularly their Med spinoff. And so I watched a whole season where they went into Croatia, and that just sealed the deal for me. This is another round trip Athens itinerary where you get to go into Santorini, you get to go into Bodrum, Turkey. You do an overnight in Mykonos. So for those of you who really want to experience the nightlife in Mykonos and party till the wee hours, you can definitely do that. You're also going to go into Dubrovnik in Croatia, Montenegro. You're going to hit Corfu before getting back to Athens. Again, incredible itinerary. We ran this one for the very first time in May of this year, and it sold out because it was so popular. I talked with several sailors who went on that particular itinerary, and they had the absolute best time. So this is a really, really great opportunity here. And then we're going to move on to our 11-night Barcelona, Palma, Rome, and many more, which is great. This again is going to be round trip Barcelona. You're going into Cannes, you're going into Palma de Mallorca. You do an overnight in Ibiza, which is great. So again, really take advantage of the nightlife opportunities there. You're going into Ajaccio before you hit Italy. Again, doing another overnight. So this is actually, I think, a really great one for those of you who want to make sure that you're spending more time in these various ports. That can be sometimes a downside of a cruise is you are really limited on time. So the fact that this one has 4 late night stays and 2 overnights means you really do get to experience that, which again is really great value and really great bang for your buck when it comes to your overall vacation kind of budget. You're going to go into Rome and then you're going to go back into Barcelona before you head home, or maybe stay a few extra days and get to experience either Spain or other parts of Europe. And then we have our 10-night Southern Spain and Casablanca itinerary. Again, this is another great one with a lot of late night stays and an overnight again in Ibiza. Round trip Barcelona, you're going into Malaga, Cadiz, Casablanca. Who doesn't want to visit Casablanca, Valencia, and then again, Palma de Mallorca as well before you do an overnight in Ibiza. So really, really great itinerary there. And then last but certainly not least, we have our England to Iceland and Norway. This is a little bit of a different type of itinerary. You're going to start in Portsmouth in the UK, which is south of London. You're going to do an overnight in Amsterdam, which is great, before heading into Norway, Scotland, and then 3 different ports in Iceland as well. So you can see that for day 10 to 11, you're going to do an overnight in Reykjavik. So really great opportunity to have a little bit of a more unique itinerary and experience some places that most likely your friends and family have not experienced. So really great itineraries. We'll talk about why this is a highlight towards the end of the presentation, but hopefully one of these kind of caught your eye. But don't worry, we are also sailing in the Caribbean out of both Miami and San Juan, Puerto Rico. Most of our Caribbean itineraries, particularly those out of Miami, will feature a stop at Bimini in the Bahamas, where we do have our private beach club as well. So those itineraries range anywhere from 4 nights to I think about 12 as well. Oh, we aren't done. I thought I only had 2 slides of these. Let's talk about more itineraries though. So we also have our Reykjavik to Amsterdam and Portsmouth. This is going to be starting in Reykjavik, again, doing a great little overnight there, hitting up a couple more Icelandic ports. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce them. You probably noticed that on that last one. And then again, going back into Scotland, Amsterdam, and then ending in the UK. Pretty much just the reverse of that last itinerary that I just talked about. Then we also have our 12-night Barcelona to Cannes, Rome, and Tuscany. Again, really great itinerary to knock some of these places off of your list, starting in Barcelona, ending in Rome, overnight in Ibiza, an opportunity to be in Palma de Mallorca, again, going into Cannes, Ajaccio, Cagliari, which I just visited. Absolutely beautiful little island. Highly recommend the ruins tour there in Sardinia. Great food as well. You're also going to go into Livorno, where you can experience Florence and Pisa, and then also hit up Naples before getting into Rome. And then our Italy to France and Spain, starting in Rome and then ending in Barcelona, getting to hit up some of those Italian ports, including Marina di Carrera in Italy, Ajaccio again, Cannes, and then Valencia before heading into Barcelona. So really great itineraries. Again, really ranging in the day. We also have round trip 7-night itineraries as well out of Barcelona and Athens, and even some shorter ones too. So just know that we've got a lot of different opportunity with Virgin Voyages. Let's talk a little bit about some of those different adventure options that you've got in these various ports of call. Obviously, the Med is absolutely beautiful and breathtaking, as you can see by that Spain photo right there. So lots of different opportunity for really some incredible sightseeing and really great excursions with Virgin Voyages. It really just does vary from port to port, but we're also always going to give you some options. We will also always notify you of mobility requirements, as well as what's popular amongst our sailors and what is also unique to Virgin Voyages as well. For those Game of Thrones aficionados, the from Dubrovnik to King's Landing is a great tour. We also get a lot of positive feedback on this cooking demo and local wines in a Myconian home. It is a woman in Mykonos who quite literally opens up her home and does cooking classes with our sailors. Top notch. I know some people who have done it. They've said it was an absolutely incredible time. But again, lots of different opportunity, whether you want to see the tulips in Amsterdam or really kind of explore Vatican City and Rome when you're in Italy, lots of different options. When it comes to your cabins, we're going to switch gears just a little bit, kind of abruptly, but let's talk about cabins for a brief second. We have insider, sea view, and balcony cabins, just like every other cruise ship really is going to have. You can see really clean, bright aesthetic. Best thing about our sea terrace cabins, though, is that they come complete with a red hammock. You can kind of see it peeking there through the curtains right outside that sliding glass door. Super comfortable, super amazing, and again, unique to Virgin Voyages. My recommendation is going to be the Sea Terrace cabin. We are 80% balcony cabin on board our ships, whether that be our sea terraces or one of our suites. And 93% of our cabins will feature an ocean view of some kind, which is great as well. Our Insider Sea View and Sea Terrace cabins can accommodate a max of 4 sailors. However, I don't recommend any more than 2. And then we also do have solo cabins available as well. You can see different lighting options. Again, a nod to our cheekiness. We have a Zen lighting option, a photo shoot option, a hangover option if you need more low-key vibes, and then also a get it on option if you're feeling a little spicy. Our cabins will come complete with complimentary streaming options as well. So if you maybe need a night in, especially on one of those longer voyages, you can watch some great streaming TV or streaming movies on your TV, which is absolutely amazing. So really, really great cabins here. The beds are also quite comfortable. We also have 78 suites on board our ships as well. As you can see, the vibe and the aesthetic is just a little bit different. It's a little sexier, just a little bit more upscale, if you ask me, a little bit more vibey. We have got 63 Rockstar cabins. These are going to be these 4 different categories: our Brilliant Suite, our Seriously Suite, our Cheeky Corner, and our Sweet Aft Suite. The Cheeky Corner and the Sweet Aft Suite can come with bigger, or biggest terrace sizes. So if you want more outdoor space, we can definitely accommodate that. Great thing about our Rockstar cabins is they're going to come with some extra perks. You're going to get access to Richard's Rooftop, which is an exclusive lounge on board specifically for our Rockstar guests. We've got hot tubs up there. We also have what we call Richard's Mega Hour, where you can get amazing glasses of Moet and Chandon complimentary, which we love. We're also going to give you the first round of the curated in-room bar on Virgin Voyages, which is great. So you get some free drinks there. Early booking windows for your shore excursions, as well as your dining reservations, and then also incredible Rockstar customer service agents to help you with your every need. And then we have our mega Rockstar cabins. We've got 15 of these on board each ship. We have our massive, our gorgeous, our fab suite, and our posh suite. The massive suite is over 2,100 square feet. And let me tell you, very aptly named, has an incredible deck, its own private hot tub, multiple hammocks. It's amazing. On all of our Rockstar suites will come with a record player where you can have different records brought to you by your Rockstar agent, which is really, really great. So whatever your music vibe is, you can have that, which is kind of, again, a nod to Virgin Records from back in the day. And Mega Rockstars are going to get some additional perks as well. So if you're really wanting to live that life of luxury and have the most all-inclusive experience, Mega Rockstar is the way you want to go. You get everything that our traditional Rockstars get, as well as a daily drink allowance, so you don't have to worry about a bar tab, which is lovely. You're going to get daily access to the thermal suite at the Redemption Spa, a private transfer to the terminal, which is great. You're also going to get an unlimited in-room bar, premium Wi-Fi, and amazing Rockstar service, Mega Rockstar agents to help you with anything that you need related to service, needs, wants, etc. There's a whole ton of other fun Mega Rockstar perks as well, such as maybe getting to order from one of our specialty restaurants and have it delivered to your cabin, just to kind of name one. But it definitely pays to set sail the Mega Rockstar way if you really want to live that life of luxury. A little quick photo of Richard's Rooftop. As you can see, Very kind of serene, nice, bright, very clean, really kind of embodies Palm Beach, which we're headquartered in Miami, so it makes sense. But really great place to kind of have as a little respite for you. All right. We are pretty much at the end here. And so hopefully something that I've mentioned this evening either piqued your interest or is something that you definitely want to book one of those amazing voyages. So we're going to go over some of those offers that we've got going right now. Currently, we are running a free balcony upgrade promotion for most voyages in 2025 and 2026. Really doesn't apply to the holiday sailings, specifically those falling over like Christmas and New Year's, things like that. But the great thing is you get to get a balcony cabin for the price of a sea view, which we love that. And then you're also going to get 70% off the second sailor on voyages through 2026. And then if you decide that you want to pay in full, you're also going to get about $500 in instant savings as well. So that is our current promotion that we have going on right now. But because you joined us this evening, I'm going to get you some onboard spending money if you book in the next week. So who doesn't love free money to have better and more fun experiences? So right now, if you book a voyage, just any voyage, like say you book one of our Caribbean itineraries by November 4th, we're going to give you $50, $100, or $200 per cabin, depending upon the cabin category that you book. However, because this is our summer 2025 Med virtual cruise night, we're going to give you double sailor loot on any of those 8-night itineraries that we talked about today for the summer of 2025 for the Mediterranean. So any summer 2025 Mediterranean itinerary that is 8 nights or longer, pretty much every itinerary that qualifies we talked about this evening, you are going to get double sailor loot. So for those of you who book an Insider or a Sea View, you're going to get $100 per cabin. For those of you who book a Sea Terrace, $200 per cabin. And then those Rockstar or Mega Rockstar suites, $400 per cabin. Now, this does apply to new bookings only that are made between today and November 4th. So you do need to book by November 4th to take advantage of either of these offers. And then if you have any other questions about this offer, definitely make sure that you reach out to the travel advisor that invited you to this tonight, and they will be able to work with you when it comes to pricing and kind of navigating which would be the best itinerary for you. And then they will be your advocate to make sure that that sailor loop gets added to your booking once you book. All righty, I am gonna pull open the Q&A, which you guys have not asked any questions. I'm kind of shocked because normally people are flying with those questions. So I'll give you guys another minute or so if you want to get some of your questions in. But if you want to pop off, you're like, Megan, I've gotten all the information that I could possibly need. Feel free to do so because we are at the end here. But I do want to leave room if you guys do have any questions. And always feel free to reach out to your travel advisor as well. They're going to be a great resource for you, not only in advocating for you should anything arise, but also when it comes to requests for voyages with us or ideas for pre and post night hotels, different things like that. Your travel advisor is just a wealth of knowledge and is going to help you have the best vacation ever. All right, y'all, speak now or forever hold your peace. Oh, we've got one that's come into the chat. Oh, not a question. Michaela, thank you for that comment. I appreciate it. Yes, you guys, one of my favorite people, her mom is on this call tonight, and she has a great question. If you joined late or you weren't able to attend this evening, I will definitely be sending out this recording to the travel advisors who will make sure that you get the full video recording. So don't worry, you will have access to the whole presentation where you can learn so much more. So don't worry about that. But Sharon, I'm glad you joined tonight. I'm actually glad you all joined tonight. I just know Sharon personally, so definitely going to give her a little bit of a shout out. Okay, great. Well, nothing has come in, and I feel like I've given you guys ample time. So if you guys have any questions, definitely make sure you reach out to your travel advisor. And if they don't know the answer, they will definitely be reaching out to me. But thank you all for joining us this evening. We really appreciate it. We look forward to having you on board soon, and I hope you have a great evening.